At the start of the movie, we find ourselves in a dimly lit motel room. It's 2 a.m. Alice, a 30-year-old woman, suddenly rushes into the bathroom as her phone begins to ring. It's her husband, Eric, on the line, sounding warm, loving, and completely unaware. He reminds her about their appointment with the fertility doctor later that day, and Alice responds sweetly, pretending everything is fine. But the truth? It's anything but. Because Alice isn't alone in that motel room. She's with John, her colleague, and her secret lover. Yeah, she's cheating on Eric. And the man she's betraying him with is also her best friend. After the call ends, Alice and John quietly check out of the motel and continue their journey, as if nothing ever happened. As they drive, we learn more about Alice and Eric's struggles to have a child. Eric seems patient and deeply supportive, but behind his back, Alice is living a double life. Then something odd happens. John notices the fuel gauge dropping rapidly. He's confused. He just filled the tank yesterday. Still, they pull into a quiet, isolated gas station to top up. While John gets out to refuel, Alice walks inside the store to grab some coffee. But as soon as she steps in, something feels off. The store is empty. Too empty. She calls out, but no one answers. So she leaves the money on the counter and turns to leave. That's when she sees it. Blood smeared on the wall. Before she can react, a bullet rips through her arm. More shots follow. Alice dives for cover, bleeding and panicked, while John remains blissfully unaware outside, lost in his music. She manages to stop the bleeding and peeks outside, and that's when she spots him. The shooter, a sniper, hiding on a billboard across the street. A billboard that chillingly reads, "God is nowhere." Alice tries to reach her phone, but just as she gets close, bang! The sniper destroys it with a single shot. Now trapped, wounded, and alone, Alice notices a walkie-talkie on a desk. It might be her only lifeline, but it's right in the sniper's line of fire. Thinking fast, she throws snacks into the air. When the sniper shoots at them, she makes a break for the radio and grabs it. A voice crackles through. She begs the man on the other end to call the police, but instead he asks something strange. "Is my wife, Amelia, in there with you?" Alice, confused and shaken, says no. The man promises to call the cops. For a moment, there's hope. But then, he laughs. A cold, twisted laugh. He was the sniper all along. And he warns Alice, if she stops talking to him, he'll come down and finish the job himself. Meanwhile, John realizes his fuel is running low again. Turns out, there's a leak in the gas tank. Worried because Alice has been gone too long, he heads into the store to check on her. But just as he finds her, he's shot in the neck. He collapses, begging for help, but the sniper fires again. John is killed. Right in front of her. Now Alice is truly alone. Moments after John's death, Alice tries to reach someone else on the radio, desperate for a lifeline. But every attempt just connects her back to the same voice, the sniper. He calmly tells her that no one else is around, just the two of them, and his wife, Amelia. Alice scans the room and spots the light switches. If I can turn off the lights, I might just make it out, she thinks. She throws whatever she can find at the switchboard, but no luck. Then she realizes the shelf she's hiding behind has wheels. With bullets flying past, Alice pushes it aside, dives through the chaos, and slams the switch, plunging the store into darkness. That's when Alice learns the horrifying truth. Amelia is already dead. The sniper admits to killing his own wife because she was unfaithful. The revelation sends a chill down Alice's spine. She too has been cheating on her husband. Now the fear intensifies. Is she being targeted because of her affair? Or is this all just a coincidence? A wrong place, wrong time situation? Suddenly a car pulls into the gas station. A man named Doug steps out and walks inside the store, looking for his girlfriend, Amelia. Spotting him, Alice quickly warns him to stay low and informs him about the sniper. She realizes Doug must be the man Amelia was having an affair with. She urges him to call the police, but Doug reveals he left his phone in the car. Alice explains that Amelia has already been killed by her husband, but Doug is visibly shocked. He claims Amelia was never married, and as far as he knew, they were just dating. As he moves toward the counter, Alice notices something strange. The sniper hasn't fired a single shot since Doug arrived. That silence makes her suspicious. Maybe Doug is the sniper after all. But Doug denies it. He explains that both he and Amelia work night shifts, and he simply came to see her. Alice is left confused, unsure whom to trust. Doug, trying to clear the doubt, encourages Alice to speak to the sniper directly. With time slipping away and no movement from the shooter, Alice suggests Doug head back to his car and get his phone. She offers to create a distraction while he makes the run. Although terrified, Doug agrees after some hesitation. But as soon as he reaches the car and attempts to grab the phone from the holder, a bullet tears through him. A second one destroys the phone. Doug drops to the ground, lifeless. That moment confirms everything. Doug was telling the truth. The sniper wasn't him. Alice is overwhelmed with guilt and despair. She sent an innocent man to his death, and now her only shot at escape is gone. The sniper returns on the radio, placing the blame on her. He accuses her of murder, claiming she knowingly sent Doug on a suicide mission. But that's not all. He begins digging into her past. He had seen her at the convention and knew exactly who she was. He believes she's part of a broken system, working for a pharmaceutical company that pushes harmful drugs into people's lives. Alice insists she's just a social media manager, but to the sniper, that makes her even more guilty, the face behind the lies, the one who helps sell the illusion. He continues unraveling her secrets. He names her company, accuses her of betrayal, and labels her as selfish, someone who stepped on others to climb the corporate ladder. Then he reveals the darkest accusation yet. Alice once falsely accused a man of sexual assault to advance her career. The fallout was devastating. The man lost his job, his reputation, and was left with no way to afford treatment for his dying daughter. To the sniper, Alice is no longer just a trapped victim. In his eyes, she deserves everything that's coming. As the sniper continues ranting over the radio, Alice notices a bunch of umbrellas stacked near the counter. An idea begins to form in her mind. She's still uncertain whether the man on the radio was truly Amelia's husband. After all, Doug clearly stated that Amelia was never married. It's possible the sniper was lying the entire time. Maybe he killed Amelia simply to fabricate a story of revenge, a manipulation tactic to unnerve Alice and gain psychological control. Whether the attack on Alice was a premeditated plan or just a tragic coincidence remains unclear. She could have simply been at the wrong place at the worst possible time. While the sniper keeps talking, Alice starts setting up the umbrellas in a row, hoping to use them as cover. But as soon as he notices the movement, he fires multiple rounds into the gas station. Alice narrowly escapes getting hit and rushes toward the exit, only to find it locked. She searches frantically for anything that could help break the padlock, eventually trying to smash it open, but nothing works. Just then, a man pulls into the station to refuel. Alice watches closely. His credit card doesn't go through, so he simply leaves untouched by the sniper. This confirms Alice's suspicion. The sniper only kills people who discover what's happening. Emotionally worn out, Alice tries reasoning with the sniper, telling him about her struggles to conceive and the pressure it has put on her marriage. But the sniper already knows about her affair. He coldly dismisses her plea, claiming the world would be better off without someone like her. Suddenly, a police car races past the station. Hope flickers in Alice's eyes, but it doesn't stop. She takes advantage of the distraction, sneaking out of the store and making her way to John's car while the sniper demands to know her location over the radio. But just as she reaches the vehicle, the sniper fires again, forcing Alice to retreat. This time, she's hit in the thigh. Wounded and in pain, she drags herself back inside. With great effort, she manages to apply first aid and stop the bleeding temporarily. Meanwhile, the sniper continues his deranged monologue about humanity's downfall. While searching the area, Alice finds a uniform belonging to a former employee named Henry. Apparently, he was fired a few weeks ago, but his belongings are still lying around, including a photo of him with his daughter. She takes a hacksaw from his things and attempts to cut through the padlock. During the struggle, she injures her hand. Frustrated and running out of options, she grabs the radio and declares that killing her won't solve anything. She calls him Henry, showing empathy toward the life he might have lived. After a tense pause, the sniper responds with a chilling question. Who's Henry? Before she can figure out what that means, another car arrives. An elderly man steps out to pump gas, only to stumble upon Doug's corpse. In shock, he tries to react, but the sniper is faster. The man is shot dead. His wife, unaware of the danger, exits the car too. Alice desperately tries to warn her, but it's too late. She's shot as well. The innocent couple dies within moments of each other, their lives taken without mercy. The sniper returns to the radio, claiming that he and Alice share the same darkness, something he calls the evil gene. He says she'll pass it on to her unborn child, but Alice pushes back, stating they are nothing alike. She admits she chose not to have children, not wanting to bring them into a world filled with suffering and depression, or risk raising someone who turns into a coward hiding in the dark, killing innocent people. It's then that she sees a young girl named Cindy in the car. The child, having witnessed her grandparents' brutal deaths, is frozen in terror, too scared to move or run. Alice immediately tries to plead with the killer, asking him to spare the child. But he responds by saying that if he truly wanted to kill her, he would have already done so. He then poses a grim question, whether Alice would be willing to give up her own life to save Cindy. Without hesitation, she agrees. The sniper gives her 2 minutes to make the child leave. Alice turns to Cindy, urging her to run toward the road. But despite her desperate attempts to persuade the girl, Cindy is too terrified to go out into the darkness alone. Instead, she runs into the store, seeking safety beside Alice. Now, with no other option, Alice blocks the door and rushes to cut through the padlock on the exit gate. At the same time, the sniper finally descends from his perch on the billboard and begins walking toward the store, ready to finish what he started. After a tense struggle, Alice manages to break through the padlock, only to discover another shutter behind it. This one is locked too. Her escape is thwarted once again. Left with no other choice, she prepares herself for the final confrontation. Alice hides Cindy in a corner, picks up whatever weapons she can find, and braces herself. The sniper eventually enters the store, calmly searching for her. As he moves through the aisles, he speculates out loud, wondering if he was sent by her betrayed husband, or if he was a coworker she backstabbed to climb the corporate ladder. Perhaps he is a grieving father, whose daughter died from complications caused by drugs from her company. As he reaches a corner, Alice leaps from the shadows and drives a metal rod into his back. But it's not enough. He strikes back, and the two engage in a brutal fight. Alice tries to rip off his mask, but he resists. From her hiding place, Cindy watches in horror as the confrontation reaches its peak. A gunshot suddenly echoes, and Alice collapses to the floor, seemingly dead. The sniper, wounded but still moving, finds Cindy. As he approaches her and reaches for his mask, something unexpected happens. Alice, clinging to life, appears again. She strikes him with a fire extinguisher, knocking him back. As he struggles to rise, she hits him again, this time with full force, leaving him immobilized. Dragging his body to the hydraulic press, Alice places him on the platform. Desperate to see who he truly is, she hesitates for a moment. But before she can remove the mask, the machine activates and crushes his skull in a gruesome end. The identity of the killer is lost forever. His true motives remain a mystery. The biggest unanswered question of all. Alice, now completely drained, lies down on the floor, bleeding and exhausted. Moments later, she takes her final breath. Cindy, having witnessed everything, is left all alone. In the final scene, the young girl quietly steps out of the gas station and begins walking down the empty road. The morning sun breaks through the darkness, signaling a new day. She is the sole survivor of the harrowing night. This film isn't just about survival, it's about guilt, consequences, and the darkness people hide. Alice made her share of mistakes, but in the end, she chose to protect an innocent life. The sniper? A faceless symbol of pain, revenge, and everything that goes wrong when we let anger consume us. We never learn his identity, and maybe that's the point. Sometimes, the scariest monsters are the ones we never truly see. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more intense movie breakdowns. Until next time, stay sharp and watch your back.